Dominic Thiem to serve.
Feeling as we get underway here. Dominic Thiem is in the near court, and he's going to kick us off.
Play.
Best of 5 first round encounter.
$15 left.
Just a little nod from Thiem before that first point to his support staff, as if to say, yeah, I'm okay. But it did look as if he almost left the court to be sick there, didn't it? It was a very unusual end to the warm-up.
$30 left. $15. $30.
Well, first attempt to the drop shot there from Bublik. It won't be the last,
30.
that's for sure. Does play with a lot of variety. In fact, I think at times not even he knows what's coming next.
Saw plenty of drop shots from Bublik this morning in his practice session on this court.
Game.
Well, that's well managed from Thiem, especially if he's not feeling well right now, to hopefully try to settle his body and mind on court. We mentioned the run to the Kitzbühel final. That was just a few weeks ago, but has not played a match since then. That was 3 weeks ago. That final came up short against Sebastian Baez in front of his home fans in Austria. And it'll be tough, too, to not necessarily, sure, Dominic Thiem, again, a look at the team camp there. He's so experienced, but still to feel out the conditions, his first set's important for him.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job in that opening game. He doesn't look right early on here. Did
Alexander
give that nod to
Bublik
his team as if to say I'm okay, but it's an interesting one because he doesn't have a load of energy on the court at the best of times between points.
15 left.
And this is going to be a key dynamic in the match, the Bublik serve against the Thiem return. As you rightly said, Bublik, big serve, likes to go big on the second serve at times. Where is Thiem going to return from today? So far, not too far back, not as far back as he can be. Well, if
15 all.
the first drop shot attempt was poorly executed, that one was a bit of a disaster, I think it's fair to say.
It's getting out the bad ones early, call.
Interesting to see Thiem
30,
returning from right
15.
up on top of the baseline. That's clearly something he's thought about, discussed with his team prior to the match. Conditions not overly quick, certainly not today. It's not the hottest day in New York, and certainly compared to the last stop on tour at the high level, Cincinnati was incredibly lively.
40-15.
First double of the day, Bublik averages 7 double faults a match. That is the most, at least among the top servers in the game. Takes care of that service game though. Both gents taking care of serve. Bublik earlier this year had that win in Halle. His biggest career title beat Yannick Sinner, Sasha Zverev, and Andre Rublev for the win on grass before Wimbledon.
Yeah, it just shows you that the level of tennis that he's capable of. Of course, the fact that it's on grass is relevant. It suits his game, the big serving and keeping the points short. But you know, when he's on, he's a handful for anyone, Bublik.
Bublik followed up that Halle win with a run to the 4th round at
15.
Wimbledon. That's the first time he's made the second week at a major. Lost in 5 sets to Andre Rublev. Featured perhaps the shot of the tournament. A diving baseline ball from Rublev. Bublik's reaction was memed and gifted all over the world.
Doesn't panic. It's a brilliant point. Bublik, he's known for
15 all.
The shot making, but this guy's a serious athlete as well. Covering the court very nicely at 6'5", but Thiem able to come out on top.
He was looking to anticipate that ball too, but Domi does just what he needs, goes up the line with it.
Especially with Bublik, you can see him already. He's chipping or blocking a lot of these returns, and that's something he's sort of developed in his game, looking to use more and try and get himself into more points on return, and then use that movement, the athleticism, all with the aim of just trying to break serve a little more often.
Drop shot from about 8 feet behind the baseline. What is he now? 0 for 3?
0 for 3. Getting closer though. That one hit the tape.
40. 15.
I mean, you just see shots, we expected this. You'll see shots today from Bublik that other players don't even dream of.
Yeah, look, he's not going to stop hitting them just because he's missed the first three. Live by the sword, die by the sword for Bublik. That is a shot that's comes part and parcel with his game.
Game, Thiem.
So Thiem with the holds. Seems to be settling in a bit more. A 2020
Leads 2 games to 1 per set.
2 Tsitsipas in the first round. He said that it made him feel as though he belongs again, that I'm here with the top guys. And having fallen so far with the wrist, the injury frustrations, those are even losses can be wins. For Dominic Thiem, now
15.
81 in the world. Trying to climb his way back.
Good hustle there from Thiem. Has been working very hard. He's not been on the match court, but he's been on the practice court an awful lot with this team, and he does look sharp. He looks in very good physical shape here. Half a chance now.
15, 30.
It's incredible how flat Bublik can hit that first serve at times. 132 miles per hour. There's no spin whatsoever on it. Probably the best point of the match from Bublik so far. Thiem was probing. A slice to the forehand down low, but great ball striking there from the Kazakh.
(30-40).
Well, Colin, now a third double fault, and it brings up our first break point of the day.
I mean, goodness me, that was nearly on the baseline. No control whatsoever. I mentioned the flat first serve, but struggles for spin in the second.
Oh, that's just gargantuan hitting from Bublik. Saves a break point.
Yeah, and held his nerve on the second serve. You worried for him once he missed the first there. Second serve, he does prefer a bit of slice to get control. And again, clean striking on forehand. Maybe just some nerves early on here. 3 double faults. Not quite settled in on grandstand yet.
Advantage, Bublik.
It's only the second time in his career, there's the Bublik camp, that Sasha Bublik has been seeded at a major. Got his seeding at Wimbledon after the Halle title in Germany.
Game.
Well, that's well escaped. 3 points in
2
a
games
row
all per set.
after facing break point.
Yeah, I really like that serve as well. That just had, you know, maybe 10% of spin on the ball. Just gives you that control. So he, you know, kept his cool there after the big double of 30-all.
USOpen.org is your home this US Open. Everything you need, point-by-point live scoring, highlights, real-time stats, and draws usopen.org next 2 weeks.
Love.
And Carl, you know, we mentioned Thiem not playing on hard court since Miami 6 months ago. Curious, what are the smaller things on a hard court you've got to adjust to in that time span? That's a long time. Has only played on clay and grass since March. We can call that vintage dummy, that one-handed backhand, a beauty.
30
Yeah, I mean,
love.
this will never go out of fashion, will it? The Thiem one-handed backhand when he just rips through it. That's as good as it gets.
That was a tough angle to find too.
Yeah, Bublik 6'5", big reach, but he couldn't get anywhere near that.
Let second serve.
Just to go back to your point, Nick.
40 love.
Hard court, of course, fundamentally, the movement is very different. Sliding on clay, hard, largely about planting your feet. Yes, the players slide a bit more now, but it's different. And of course, the pace of play and the match and tactical differences. We've seen Thiem returning from the baseline, whereas in clay, he'd be very far back. There's no doubt hard courts, on the whole, have slowed down in the game in the last 10, 15 years. But
15.
you know, it still has its intricacies, its differences across the surfaces. And you know, Thiem in the early stage of his career was very much known as a clay courter, wasn't he? He was sort of maybe the guy that was going to beat the king of clay, Nadal. He was going to be the one, but it turned out hard. It's been where he's won his big titles. Indian Wells, here the US Open, of course. Interesting the way that played out for Thiem.
Game team.
So the hold for Thiem.
Team leads 62%.
National Tennis Center campus. It's day one of a 2-week tennis festival in New York.
The double faults are really becoming a problem for Bublik here in this set. It's an interesting one because he does hit a lot of double faults. 4 now already. 3 in the stats there.
Yeah, that was his 4th.
I think it's a few things are the reason for Bublik hitting doubles. Part of it, he accepts it because he does like to go big on the second serve. So, you know, he does like to sort of roll the dice and take risks, and with that he'll get some cheap points, but he'll also hit a few double faults, and he kind of, you know, accepts that.
Bublik, because the drop shot wasn't quite good enough, but scrambles up to the counter dropper from Thiem.
Risky tennis, love 30 playing the drop shot, and I thought Thiem had got him here. That is just beautiful.
Yeah, great stuff here from our net cam, and look at the way not only gets to the ball but controls it off the forehand.
Took a risk again, and this time find the drop shot.
15-14.
Second game in a row. Team generating some big points here.
Well, there's another save. He's got one more to fight off.
30-14.
To finish the point on the second serve. The other struggle for Bublik, he doesn't quite have that sort of safe kick serve that a lot of players have. Thiem, for example, it's more of a flat slice, but it's a risky second deal. He'll be keen to make a first serve here, that's for sure.
Drop shot and the break to Thiem.
Team leads 4 games to 2 for set.
Team camp on their feet as Domi takes an early lead here with the break.
Yeah, and the return position from Thiem up on the baseline has paid off. He's got himself the break. Bublik just looked like he didn't want to play the point there once the return came back into play. Just panicked, went for the drop shot, nowhere near making it, and Thiem just grabs the initiative here.
Love, 15.
Thiem won the title here in 2020. First man to come back from a 2-set to love deficit, beat Alexander Zverev. That was, of course, the year of the US Open. We did not have fans with us on site.
Worth mentioning that Bublik
15-0.
missed Cincinnati, hasn't played since Toronto where he lost first round. He hasn't had the best of US hardcourt summers either, has he? And I have to say, he looks a little rusty, looks a little nervy. Certainly not bringing me with confidence early on here, is he?
Yeah, lost to Monfils in Washington, D.C., and then Hubert Hurkacz in Toronto, did Bublik.
That's his trademark, the backhand down the line, but maybe just went a little big there.
15-30.
Yeah, it was a knee injury that took Bublik out of Cincinnati. We don't see any tape on that knee today. Thiem trying to consolidate the break. It's not a break until you hold, as they say.
Let's first serve. Out.
Well, Bublik doing his best there to mix up pace and placement.
15-40.
Just earns himself a couple break points.
Not the best game from Thiem though, is it? You know, you're trying to consolidate the break. It's the old cliche, isn't it? You're not broken until you've held, and danger of getting away from him here. Credit to Bublik though for just sort of sticking with the task, having been broken. We've seen him sort of lose his emotional control, haven't we, in the past?
Game.
Well,
Bublik.
completely overtakes that forehand.
New
It is
balls,
deep.
please.
The break back for
Team
Bublik.
leads 4 games to 3. First
We
set.
go back on serve. Sasha breaking right back.
Dominic Thiem. I mean, huge hitting from the baseline.
Love it.
Really pushing Bublik back in the court. All he could do is try and hang in there. That's a beautiful field to finish the job.
Out.
It's an important game for Bublik now. You know, it's
15
a
all.
really important first set for both players. Just with the sort of lack of matches and form coming in, Bublik has to address the serving, the double faults. If he's going to stick with the drop shots, he's got to find his feel on them.
And that is now
15,
a fifth.
13.
You can hear Bublik chatting away to his corner. That's his 5th double fault already in just a 4th service game. Inside the baseline, and how about the twist and turns already in this match? A couple more break points for Dominic Thiem.
It's a head scratcher there, wasn't it? This ball was well in from Thiem. Bublik, I think, just lost his bearings. He was trying to retreat in the court. Serve is his one saving grace so far in this set. Just about keeping him in it.
Team leads 5 games to 3 per set.
It has to come back to the 5 doubles. He's got no confidence in his second serve. And can you believe it?
Well, and especially as you mentioned, there's a look at the underarm serve. Dominic Thiem hasn't been that far back on return.
Well, that's a great point, Nick. You know, if he's up on the baseline and as quick as Thiem is, he's going to get there. It's just a total mind blank for Bublik, isn't it? A panic, really. All of a sudden, 3 breaks in a row, and Thiem will serve for the first set.
Now, how does Thiem comport himself, having really played a loose game when he broke a couple games ago? Starts with a double of his own, so I have to
15.
agree with you here. We're really feeling the nerves, but you're right, it's because both these guys know how important this first set is.
Yeah, this is a player in Thiem that's just not played many matches, not in the winning groove. He's a little anxious here again. To be 6 or 7 drop shots, and
15 all.
I'm not sure he's won a point yet. He's come here without his without the aces in his hand, you know, it's normally so reliable for him.
1 for 7 on drop shots today. 6 misses, that is, and then has won the other point where he lured Thiem in.
But he's going to keep hitting them. We know that for sure.
$15, $30.
Well, a pair of double faults for Dominic Thiem. A look at his coach, Benjamin.
Yeah, nice change up there. Big fan of that when
30 all.
feeling a little tight. Just change things up completely. You don't go with the serve volleys he did. It gives you a different feel on the serve, and it might be wise just to go to the same play here. Double faulted both times to this side so far in this game.
Bublik with no position there to hit the drop shot, but still the play works. And we see another break point. 4 games in a row now.
30,
Probably not
40.
the right time to play a drop shot, but at least he made it this time, and the pass was good enough. Roller coaster opening set.
From Dominic Thiem.
Yes.
And you can hear that Sasha Bublik just kind of chatting away to his team. Certainly frustrated the way this first set has gone.
And no wonder the big fist pump.
Advantage.
It's the forehand that has been
Thiem.
a struggle for him since the wrist injury, the surgery. But he found a big one there.
Game in first set team. 6 games to 3.
6-3. They traded breaks, but the 2020 champion has not played a hard court match since March.
Stuff to start the second set.
11-15.
Thiem really has his tail up now. Wasn't a bad volley from Bublik, but Thiem is really moving well, sliding through the ball. It's a big chance for the Austrian here. Bublik is he's playing quick, he's rushing.
Good.
Just a little slip there
15
from Domi. Looks to be okay.
Yeah, seems to be fine.
Yeah,
Much better drop shot from Bublik.
sure was.
Let's first serve.
That one just long. You can hear the reaction. A
30,
lively
15.
crowd inside inside grandstand here. That was a drop shot that worked for him there for Bublik.
Forty, 15.
Electronic line calling again this year at the US Open. Nico Hillworth in the chair. He did confirm that pass was just long from Thiem.
Game
It's a
Bublik.
good hold for Bublik.
First game, second set.
The way that first set played out, it's an important first 3 or 4 games, you would think, for Bublik at the start of the second here. He's got to stick to the task. He just needs to at least sort of steady the ship and hold his first few service games here. Really out of sorts in the opening set. The double faults, the missed drop shots.
Now this is something we've seen more the last couple years on tour. It is legal, the sort of passing exchange between player and coach.
Yeah, still a trial at this stage, the coaching rules, but yeah, I think it's going to come in as a sort of permanent part, you would think. It's probably from the start of next season, but when they're at the same end as their coach, they're allowed to just have a quick conversation. It can't be a sort of long dialogue that interrupts play. When the player's at the other end of the court from their coach, the
Love.
coach is supposed to keep it to
15.
just sort of hand signals and that type of thing. So with the reason being, they don't want sort of shouting down the court and again disrupting the opponent, or maybe slightly disrespectful potentially. So there are some guidelines there. It's not just a free-for-all in the coaching, which I think is important.
That stays on Bublik's side. What's the feeling in general in the locker room
15, all.
about the coaching developments the last couple years?
I think it's largely positive. You know, I haven't heard too much negativity about it or people complaining. I think it has been respected. I think it was pretty widely accepted that it was kind of going on anyway.
Already, right?
So I think they had to act in some way. They had to enforce the rules a lot stricter than they were. Which would be
13, 15.
because you bring in, you know, sort of all the different languages, and you know, you need an umpire that speaks 15 languages, and it's just very, very hard to police that. Or they had to do what they've done and just sort of allow it with certain parameters. So I think it's been a successful trial so far, and as I say, I expect it to be sort of accepted and part of the game for next season. Or sort of made official, if you like. It's already a part of the game all around the world.
40, 15.
Dominic Thiem, speaking of coaches, was with Nicolas Massou, the Olympic champion, former top player, the Chilean. They were together from 2019 and then ended their partnership in March of this year. Thiem and Massou.
Game, Thiem.
And Thiem then linked up with
One
Benjamin
game all, second set.
Ibrahimzadeh. There he is in your screen. Shortly thereafter, he and Massou finished working together. Ibrahimzadeh has been around for a while. Worked with Azarenka, Angelique Kerber, Elise Cornet. Also with Cedric Marcel Stebe, the German journeyman, for a while.
Love.
Both Massou and Thiem said there was no bad breakup. They were just going their separate ways. What a partnership that was.
Yeah, they were so good, weren't they? So Massou, particularly, so dynamic. I just feel that Thiem at times on the court can lack a little bit of energy and,
30
and
left.
intensity. And Massou just brought that, you know, in abundance, and it really helped Thiem on the court. Not to mention, you know, the work they did on his game, and I think the adjustments, especially to play on hard courts.
30, 15.
Very soon after they teamed up, the team won in Indian Wells, wasn't it? You know, suddenly just winning a Masters 1000, one of the biggest events in the sport on a hard court, and they just really went on from there. Still looking
30
vulnerable
all.
here, Bublik. It's a fairly tame error halfway up the net. Opportunity for Thiem if he can knuckle down to grab hold of this match.
Well, a second
30,
double
40.
fault this game, a 7th of the match. And Sasha Bublik has to be very careful here. He could come unraveled.
Thiem leads 2 games to 1 second set and by 1 set to love.
He was the one that reacted with the winner, and have you ever seen a service break like that? Dominic Thiem from Alexander Bublik. He's got a set and now a break in hand. First match of this first day of the US Open on Grandstand.
Love, 15. Fifteen all. 30-15.
So a couple of game points for Thiem. Remember, in that first set, couldn't consolidate the break the first time around, did so the second time, and Bublik's kind of had a running commentary the last several games, and that's actually a negative sign for him.
Yeah, he's looking a little sort of helpless out there, isn't he? He's probably started this match, Bublik, a little short on confidence, and
40-30
seems to be decreasing as the match has gone on so far. I just think it all fundamentally comes to the fact that he's not really feeling the ball, and you know, that's such an important part of his game with the drop shots and, you know, the shot making and the way he wants to play.
Let's first serve.
Bublik moving way back on that rally, draws the error.
Yes.
Changed up the pace a little bit on that point too, so a couple game points have slipped through the fingers of Dominic Thiem.
Let's second serve.
Bublik really trying to pressure the team second serve there with his court position well inside the baseline.
Bublik.
It was interesting to see Bublik using a lot of height there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All up on Thiem, got the error.
Wow.
Again here.
Wow. Start to play some of the mental games with Thiem. Was back against the wall for the first serve and then right on top of the service line for that second serve.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a fine line, isn't there, between sort of trying to influence the match and gamesmanship. Personally, I don't have a problem with what he's doing. I don't think he does it out of disrespect for the opponent, but thought Thiem did well there, just to sort of keep his focus and not let it bother him.
Way back again. Scramble, but well held by Dominic Thiem. The dropper and then the up-the-line backhand winner.
Yeah,
advantage.
Once again, holding his nerve.
Thiem.
Bublik showing what a good mover he is. Thiem's not going to miss that on his backhand.
Ooh, that one kissed the net cord though, Colin. Still looking to consolidate this break.
Bublik looks like he's going to be way back for the return this time.
Game team.
Well, and then he threw himself up.
Thiem leads 3-1 the second set.
There's nothing in the rule book to say where you have to stand for return serve, right? You know, you're well within your rights to stand wherever you want, essentially. I think as long as it's done with good intentions, and I do think that's the case with Bublik, and I think you made the right point. He overdid it and almost hurt himself there. And now this is the game where there's potential. If Thiem breaks
15.
again here, double break, then the match could get away really quickly from Bublik.
All.
Bublik moving through these points very quickly on his own serve.
Yeah, this is probably the
15-30.
point in the match where in the past Bublik's maybe just at times lost the appetite for the fight, hasn't he? Decided it's not his day. This is where he just needs to be a little careful. Two-handed return again.
15-40.
Yeah, Bublik just needs to be careful here. I don't think Nico Hillworth, the chair umpire,
30-40
for best efforts at this stage, but it's sort of heading in that direction, isn't it?
Well executed, but
Thiem leads 4-1 the second set and by 1 set to love.
Thiem a double break lead. Thiem the 2020 champion here. Dominic still on the comeback trail.
15 love.
Took him out for a lot of 21 and into 2022. Dropped out of the top 350. Currently ranked 81st.
Love. Love.
Thiem doing absolutely the right thing here from his point of view, just keeping his own focus and intensity. Get to 2 sets to love as quickly as you can.
Let's preserve.
From his point of view, there's an opportunity here for a straight sets win. What a bonus that would be for Thiem.
Bublik pulling one from the
40-15.
pocket. Just a second winner this set, backhand return.
Just finding something on the two-hander here. Benjamin just probably acknowledging not much Thiem could do there. He must be delighted with the way this first set and a half have gone.
Game Thiem.
Again, well handled by Dominic
Thiem leads 5 games to 1 second set.
Game away from a 2 sets to love lead, and that is not something we thought we'd be saying, what, just over an hour ago. Thiem left court during the warm-up. Did not look like he was feeling well. He pulled out of Winston-Salem last week because of a GI issue.
Wait, please.
He is in control in this match, and you could say Bublik has no control right now. There is a double fault.
Yeah, no control of the match, no control of the ball either. That's been his issue from the get-go here. These are, you know, tricky conditions if you are short of matches and a sort of rhythm coming in, you know.
Right, please.
Wilson US Open ball can be quite lively at times and quick off the racket. I think when you
30-15.
heavier ball as you do on other stops on the tour, it can be just a bit easier to play with the control that Bublik would like here.
So
that's now 7 of 25 second serve points won.
Wow.
So even when they're going in, he's losing the point. He's really struggling.
40-30.
You know, you're really looking to try and get above 50% of points won in your second serve if you can.
Yes. Advantage, Bublik. Out, game Bublik.
Well, Bublik gets
new balls, please.
And Dominic Thiem is going to have
Thiem leads 5 games to 3, second set, and by 1 set to love.
2 sets to love lead here. New balls, too.
Lovely team. Love 30.
Well, for as topsy-turvy as it has been for Bublik, it hasn't necessarily been a clear, clean day at the office for Dominic Thiem.
5 doubles of his own now. Usually very reliable second serve.
Yeah, that first serve percentage for Thiem just at 57%. the second set.
Cut the line, I think. Massive forehand.
15-30.
Got that way closer. Yeah, he did catch the line way closer than he needed to. Maybe than he thought he was going for.
Let's first serve.
Earns him a set point, his 6th ace today. Timely, that one. And this would be huge for Dominic Thiem.
Game in second set team. 6 games to June. June leads by 2 sets to that.
In his career, last time he let a 2 sets to love lead slip was at Roland Garros in 2021 against Pablo Andújar.
Love 15.
And this is an ominous start for Bublik with a 10th double fault of today.
Oh. Wait, please. Oh. 15-30.
Just not trusting that second deal at all. Yeah, and if that is the case, you've got to question why he's trying to go so close to the line there. Surely go into the body in the middle of the box and at least increase the chances of making the serve.
Well, how big are these first few games of this third set for Bublik himself to try to settle into this match? Try to find some sort of rhythm.
If you keep sitting double faults, you're not going to be on this court or in this tournament for much longer.
Let's. Yes, sir.
Well, that was
first game,
double faults for the game, 13 now in the match, and that is the opposite of how Sasha Bublik wanted to start this third set.
Yeah, it's a tough watch. Let's be honest, for Bublik, you know, you feel for him in a way. He's not trying to miss those serves. He just, I mentioned it early on, he doesn't have a lot of margin in his second serve, so he's not quite feeling the ball and, you know, sort of confident, then this type of thing can happen. You know, he's playing with almost no margin. Again, goes big there, hits the tape, 4th double of the game, and well, he's just gifted the break to Thiem, who now, 2 sets in a break. It's a sprint for the finish.
of the last couple sets, and Dominic Thiem had set himself up well there, but good hands from Bublik.
Love 15.
14-shot rally that, and we talk about Dominic Thiem being 47-2 at the majors when he's up 2 sets. For Sasha Bublik, just once in his career, he's come back from a 2-sets-to-love deficit. Nicely handled there from Thiem. Bublik came back
15
at the 2019 US Open, actually, against Thomas Fabiano. So has some inspiration to draw from, but man, Dominic Thiem, he's going to want to tap into some of the great tennis he's played in the past to try to close this match out. Being up 2 sets in a break.
I guess, in a best-of-5 set scenario, if you can just find a way to win the 3rd set, then all of a sudden it's just like you've hit the reset button and it's game on again. But it's hard to see Bublik coming back here, isn't it? I mean, he's so far off his best. He's not really been competitive in the first 2 sets, so it would take a significant shift in his game to turn this one around.
Fourteen. 15.
Вообще не хочу сюда приезжать. Паны насилие над собой, блядь, сюда едет.
Move forward, not be afraid to do so.
Thiem leads 2 games to love.
Now at the net and has covered those approach balls well too, Colin.
Yeah, that was nice. Really flowing through the approach and volley as well. Yeah, that's the other thing here. You would expect Thiem to, for his level to improve. You know, he's going to grow in confidence now.
That's a nice touch.
15, left.
I mean, it feels 50-50 at best whether Bublik's going to make a serve right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when he's stepping up to the line, you have no idea whether it's going in or not. Just no control on the ball. 14 doubles now.
Well, he took pace off that first serve. 97 miles an hour. Does he need to do more of that?
15.
Maybe not the worst play. Just find some more consistency before you start to sort of up the pace again. Plenty of pace on this finish.
And then the finisher on the overhead.
30-all.
That's good stuff there. little bit of hot sauce from Thiem.
Well, and then just on to the next point
40,
so quickly.
30.
Look at Bublik's ready, good to go here. Game point.
Game, Bublik.
Well, that could be
Thiem
exactly
leads 2
what
games to
Sasha
1.
Bublik needs. Gets the hold,
That's
but
it,
it's
and by
Dominic
2 sets
Thiem
to love.
who's well and truly in control. Nick McCarville alongside Colin Fleming for the call.
15 up.
And you also asked the question a little bit for Dominic Thiem. What happens to his game and his nerves as he gets closer to the finish line?
Really nice pass there from Thiem, just working the ball down low.
30, love.
I think that almost has to be Bublik's aim, doesn't it? You know, dig his heels in, fight as much as he can, and try and create a situation where Thiem can get a little tight, trying to close this match out. You know, if this was Thiem of 2019 or 20, you would say, forget about it, game over. But Thiem, you know, he hasn't won as many matches this season and last few years. And the way things are going, Bublik's game just isn't there. You know, I just can't see how Thiem would be feeling any pressure out of the way Bublik's playing.
Game, Thiem.
Well, that feels good to finish with an ace.
Thiem leads 3 games to 1. That's it.
Last time, actually, Dominic Thiem won a hard-court outdoor match was a year ago, over a year ago, in Winston-Salem. Beat J.J. Wolf and then Grigor Dimitrov. USOpen.org, your home for the next couple weeks. You also can get the US Open app. Track the latest scores, updated draws.
Gonna improve his mood.
Lovely team.
One of those days for Sasha. Stumble there from Thiem.
15 all.
As he went for this drop shot again, you know, his last tournament on clay, he would have been sliding through that ball, so very different.
Drop shot he's hit all day. Bublik.
30, 15. Let's for serve. 40, 15. Let's for serve.
Well, totally again trying to change up the pace. Bublik, that was a
40-30.
mile-an-hour first serve.
And playing so quickly between points. This was good from Thiem, good control. I think he's just trying to get the serve in at this stage.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds for someone seeded 25 at the US Open. What's a volley there?
Advantage, Bublik.
Made that look very easy, but it was anything but.
Bublik playing some cat and mouse tennis now. I agree with you though, Colin, really trying to find a way to work his way into this match.
Advantage, Bublik.
Serving very wide here. Again, something different.
Yes.
You see there on both of those serves, he doesn't, I'm going to say he doesn't have, but he struggles to hit this sort of conventional kick serve. You know, loads of height over the net and topspin to bring it into the box. It's more of a flat or slice serve.
Advantage, Bublik.
Which, when it's on, is one of the best in the game, but when it's off, as it's been today, it's a real problem for him.
Game, Bublik.
Well, there's a hold, so Bublik
Thiem leads 3-2 with that set and by 2 sets to love.
The Dami team well and truly in control. 2 sets, a break in this third. Pressure is a privilege. Energy here. This is some pressure as he gets closer to his first Grand Slam win in almost 3 years. Thiem with the wrist injury has not won a Grand Slam match since the Australian Open 2021.
15 left.
Do you think nerves come in here for Dami at all? Hasn't won a Grand Slam match in almost 3 years.
Not yet, I don't think. I think at this stage, what's more important for Thiem is just to do what he's done in terms of keeping his focus and intensity in his own game. Danger when you're playing Bublik is that, you know, it can be hard to sort of take your eyes and your focus off him. You know, he's playing so quickly. He's hitting a different shot every point almost. There's errors, there's winners, there's chats with the umpire, there's chats with his team. It's all going on at the other end of the court, isn't it? So it's very easy to let your eyes and mind drift down there. But, you know, Thiem's done a good job so far, like I say, of just staying focused and, you know, really professional job managing this match.
40-15.
Even just things like this, you know, is good from Thiem. Go to the towel, play your own speed, play when you're ready. Don't get drawn into sort of the rapid fire stuff from Bublik.
Game team. Team leads 4 games to 2. Third set.
Well, we've approached the point of the match too where every game is a must-win game, and Bublik has to figure out a way to not only hold serve, which we've seen has been a struggle today, but also then to try and break Dominic Thiem. He's only got a couple chances left to do it. He's broken Thiem just once today.
Left.
Yeah, you're not gonna go over a Bublik skyscraper often at net.
All.
Sure what the win rate ratio is on the drop shots at this stage, but it must make pretty ugly reading.
Let's
1 from 7 in the opening set.
Yeah, he was.
It doesn't feel like it's improved much. Maybe a little, but not much. There isn't an area of Bublik's game that's working at this stage. You know, the drop shot's not there, the serve has deserted him, he doesn't look like he believes in his game from the baseline. It's tough actually to watch. You know, he's in a horrible place.
Well, and it's hard to draw confidence when nothing in your repertoire is working, as you say. Huge point here.
30-40.
That is a 16th double fault for Bublik.
Game team.
And Dominic Thiem has
Team leads 5
double
games to 2. Third set and match sets for that.
Looking for his first win at a Grand Slam since January of 2021. It has been a long and winding road for Dominic Thiem.
15 left. Let for serve. $15. $15.
2 points away now, Thiem. Bublik finding the court on that backhand volley.
Looked as if Thiem maybe had a play on this ball and just perhaps chose to leave it. Yeah, he definitely left it. Nothing to worry about just yet, still 2 points away. but that's just a shot.
30-40.
The 2020 champ there. Maybe better leaving those to Bublik.
That's the serve. Game, Bublik.
Well, team does blink.
New balls,
so
please.
2 points away a couple times there with the 30-15
Team
lead.
leads 5 games to 3.
And Bublik
That's it.
breaks for the first time since midway through the first set. So one of the breaks back. And now Bublik tasked with trying to hold serve. We know that's been a struggle today.
Well, maybe you were right, Nick. Maybe there are just a few nerves for team trying to see this out. If Bublik can hold here, then the 5-4 game will be interesting. Question mark over whether Bublik can hold, though. Just he just can't put a serve in reliably here, even when he tries to take the pace off. And that sometimes can be the worst thing you can do, because if you slow the racket down, you get even less control of the ball. You need to actually take pace off the serve by hitting more spin, not by slowing the racket down. It seems sort of contrary to what you might think. You've got to keep the hand loose and accelerate to get control with spin.
Thirty, 15.
Well, we've had a great crowd gather here on Grandstand as well. A lot of those seats general admission in the upper bowl, but they haven't really they haven't had the chance to be involved in this match.
30.
But here's a game point to get to that 5-4 scoreline.
Game, Bublik.
And he does. So Bublik.
Team leads 5 games to 4. That's it. And by 2 sets to 0.
He lost his last 7 Grand Slam matches in a row.
Time.
Okay, he couldn't do it a few minutes ago. Dominic Thiem serving for the match a second time.
Always a great feeling when you're in team shoes here, when you get that opening point. Just settles you down, settles you into the game.
15 all.
Can't be the shot to go
30,
for, surely.
15.
So low percentage at a time when, you know, keep the ball in play, and as he did on the previous point. At least that's the question of Thiem to close this out.
Well, this time Dominic Thiem able
40,
to climb to match
15.
point. Trying to serve it out.
Может плоско ударить? Хотя бы один раз дать.
2020 US Open champ, a point away from his first win in New York since that title win 3 years ago. It's been a long and winding road the last couple years for the 2020 champ. And listen to this crowd. Dominic Thiem has his first major win since a major career setback, and it means a lot. He takes out the 25th seed.